Goodbye horses. Like, would you fuck me? Like, that's my favorite part of any movie in the whole entire world. Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, hello, we are here with another installment to my horror DVD collection, and this has become one of my favorite series to work on. I love going out and collecting these DVDs, and I think it's like an experience to go look for these with my friends and family, and it's just an excuse to go out and do something. It's very positive, and I love horror movies more than anything in the world, so it's really awesome to build a really cool collection. So this haul is huge. This is the biggest one yet. That's what she said, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the fun things, and we just have a lot to talk about here. I'm going to go in order of when I got these. There's also, I scored the jackpot on a few Quentin Tarantino movies, so I would like to share that with you because he is one of my favorite directors. First is a movie you would have seen in my vlog. 2 vlogs back, I did order this off of Amazon from the seller Movies on the Go. It came in very quickly. So this is Tamara, or Tamra, however you want to say it. I think it's Tamra. Tamara. I haven't seen it. If you take my curtain down, I digress. This movie is actually phenomenal. This movie stuck with me from when I was a kid. If you guys live in Canada, you might have had like the movie channels on demand. This movie was just on demand, and I found it and I watched it, and as a child, it was so visceral to me that I couldn't finish watching it. And as an adult, I really think that it's probably not going to be as scary as it was, but I'm hopefully going to feel that that I did when I first saw it. So if you guys like very in-your-face gore, this is definitely a movie for you. Next are from my second trip out. First up is my favorite horror movie, pretty much my favorite movie of all time. It's not really a horror movie. Suspense! That was the word I was looking for earlier. Suspense. It's kind of more of a horror, suspense, thriller, but it's definitely, Buffalo Bill is one of my favorite characters. What am I doing? I should show you what it is. This is The Silence of the Lambs. This is, I would like to say, my favorite movie of all time, if I had to pick one. I remember the first time I saw this movie, I was sleeping over at a friend's house and their dad was just watching it, and I kind of walked by and I saw now it comes to my mind as I'm watching Grey's Anatomy for the first time. Erica Hahn is the one who Buffalo Bill had in his well, but the first time that I saw that, I was kind of like, what the hell is this? And it stuck with me. And when I got a little bit older and a little more mature, because the semen part, if you know what I mean, is kind of not fit for children. But this did become one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. I think Jodie Foster is an incredible actress in this movie. I love Anthony Hopkins. What the hell? And like I was saying, the song that Buffalo Bill, Goodbye Horses, like, would you fuck me? Like, that's my favorite part of any movie in the whole entire world. Anytime anybody parodies it, Clerks, just if anything, that is the best scene for me. Just I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard. You know, it just, come on. You tell me that you're not some sick fuck that's said that to yourself. I might be the only one. Okay, so next is a movie I actually just watched for the first time recently, Interview with the Vampire, and the only reason why I watched it for the first time recently is because some of you might not know, but I hate Tom Cruise. I hate Tom Cruise more than anything in the world as an actor. I hate him probably up there with, okay, we're not going to say hate. I dislike Tom Cruise just as much as I almost said hate. Dislike Gary Busey. There's another one I just don't like their faces. And Tom Cruise, I don't like him because of his middle tooth. That is the only reason why. But with these vampire teeth, Tom Cruise is so sexy with that long blonde hair. I'm just like, swoon. Wow. But overall, this is a great movie. I was on the edge of my seat for the whole thing because I know Kirsten Dunst was very young when she played, what's her name? Yeah, it's not coming to me, but she plays like a child playing a 30-year-old woman, I believe it was. She aged like mentally, and she was a fantastic character. And Christian Slater, who another swoon, big swoon. If you guys have seen Heathers, that is one of my favorite movies. Also, Christian Slater is a big heartthrob in that movie. So next really isn't a horror. It's more of like a action-y movie, I'm going to say. It's Sin City, but it's not just Sin City. It is the collector's edition of Sin City. So if we unsleeve this here, it is the extended edition of Sin City as well. So there's 2 discs to it, and this is the entire graphic novel, which is very cool because I only paid $8 for this whole thing. So I got a graphic novel and the extended 2-disc version of the DVD for $8, and that is a bargain and a half. I was super excited to add this to my collection. Alright, next was my 3rd trip. You would have seen this in my last vlog. This was my most exciting trip, I think, because I found some of the greatest movies. I found it. Oh my goodness, I was super excited to find this. This is something I definitely wasn't expecting to find, but I love this, how it's not just paper, it's the whole like cardboard of the movie, and it has like the scenes from the movie, and it's just something that I can keep, and it's really good quality, and it was only like $1, and I'm just so happy to own this. This was actually John Ritter. Like when I was younger growing up, 8 Simple Rules was one of my favorite shows. So when I ended up watching it and seeing John Ritter, I was like, no. Next is a movie that I saw when I was very young and I haven't seen since, but I love Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. So Disturbia was one that I definitely was super excited to add to my collection. I love movies like this. There's a movie called The Good Neighbor, I Am Not a Serial Killer, a couple other movies. I might do a movie, I might do a video of underrated movies like this that I think are phenomenal. But this, like I said, Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. If you know, you know. But he is a great actor in my opinion, and he's one of my favorites ever since I was a little kid watching Even Stevens. I've always loved Shia LaBeouf. Next is another personal favorite, Jennifer's Body. I love this movie because Carlos and I and my best friend Carlos, we have, you know, the joke that they do in the movie, where's it at, Ma? It's at, or what's happening about Giselle? We used to know it really well in high school, but like it's been so long since I've actually sat down to watch this movie. As soon as I saw this, in my head, all that I could think of was, through the trees, I will find you. It stuck with me forever. So I love this movie. I love at the end when, you know, spoiler alert, she gets stabbed in the stomach and she goes, does anybody have a tampon? I thought one of you might be plugging. That's such a great line. Oh my goodness, this movie is just full of one-liners, great music, a phenomenal soundtrack, Panic at the Disco, yes, new perspective, great song. I love this movie. So next are a couple of my personal favorites. These are the Quentin Tarantino movies I was talking about. First is Kill Bill Volume 2. This was only $1 and I could not say no to this. I need to find Part 1. I love Part 1 more than Part 2. Maybe. Next is another personal favorite of both mine and Marcel's, Inglourious Basterds. This is a fantastic movie. I haven't seen this since I was probably in the 10th grade, which is when I was taking history, which is when, you know, I learned about the Nazis. So I would like to rewatch this. And last but not least, another collector's edition. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my gosh, Pulp Fiction. Oh, I love this movie so much. I have seen it so many times. I am such a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. No matter, I know all the controversies. I know he's kind of a shitty guy, but there's just something about his direct, like, the way he puts a movie together, the way he visualizes storylines in his head and just executes them, and they're so fantastic. Just that anthology of Pulp Fiction is just, it's so good. Like, how could, I will admit the Bruce Willis storyline is a little bit dragged out, but when, you know, you see what it leads up to, it's so worth it. Anyways, like I said, this is the collector's edition, and it happens to come with the menu from Jack Rabbit Slim's, which is the restaurant that Uma Thurman and John Travolta have their infamous, you know, their dance scene too. So when I found out that this was in there, I was super excited. Next, Marcel went and he went to go and try to find The Visit for me because I had found The Visit. I tried to hide it at the store that we go to, and I guess someone bought it. So he ended up coming back with Exorcist: The Beginning, and I believe the only one that I have seen as a prequel was Dominion, which I don't think this is. So I'm really excited to watch this because if you guys don't know, The Exorcist is one of my favorite movies in the whole world as well. I have a lot of favorite movies. I really can't narrow it down. I'm what they call a cinephile. Not to be confused with the other file. Dear God. But this says the prequel to The Exorcist, the scariest movie of all time. I don't think The Exorcist is the scariest movie of all time anymore, but I did hiccups while I was growing up. Oh my goodness. So at the Goodwill half price sale this past week, I only picked up one actual movie. It was the number 23 with Jim Carrey. It ended up only being $1.50, so I mean, Jim Carrey is an amazing actor. I actually just watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind for the first time about 4 or 5 months ago, and that movie ripped me to shreds. And I'm so happy that I am at the age and the point in maturity that I am when I watched that movie, because I don't think it would have impacted me the same way growing up if I hadn't have been through all of the events in my life. You know, I really related to Clementine a lot. So another fantastic movie. And these last two, Carlos actually bought me this past week, so if you guys had seen my last vlog, I will link that down below. There's a lot of good stuff in that vlog. Carlos had actually purchased me one of my favorite movies, Get Out. Oh, I am such a Jordan Peele fangirl, and this is probably one of the best movies ever made, and I cannot wait to own Us on DVD. Oh my goodness. Also, Pet Sematary, the old one. And before we bought this, I was actually telling him that I didn't like the new one. I actually had a whole video. I wanted to start my new series on like that being the first video or the first movie that I watched, and I hated it. I think that they kind of ruined it. I have a lot of opinions on it, so if you guys actually want to see a little mini review of what I thought of the new Pet Sematary, I would be happy to share my opinions with you, but I just didn't know if it would be well received. So I'm gonna leave that at that. For this haul, we added 14 new movies. I'm super excited to start watching them. What my goal for this summer is to watch all of the DVDs that I've collected, because I have about 28, almost 30 now, which is 3 separate videos that I've done. So tomorrow when I go out, I'm going to start my next haul. And I'm so excited to find some new awesome DVDs to share with you guys. I know these videos have like a niche audience, and I really hope that you guys do enjoy them. I am just a horror fanatic, and I'm super excited to have this outlet to share with you guys. So if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy what I'm doing here on YouTube, please do not forget to like, subscribe, turn the I've been having a really hard time saying notifications. Turn the bell on, hit that ring bell, and do all the fun stuff. And check out Shook. We are coming back strong on June 3rd for a comeback, I guess I should say. And Patreon is launching pretty soon. Awesome rewards on that if you guys are interested. I'm just super excited about life, and I'm gonna rock you like a hurricane. So that's gonna be all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Sayonara, suckers.